conference this year? 320 or 30? I think, Tim, when you took over as president, that year's annual conference was maybe 80 or 90 people. I mean, it was a low patch. And Tim got right in there and did what he does. So off he went, and from my point of view, Tim was excelling. He was doing great. And then in 2010-ish, about 5 years ago, he got chemo-induced non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. You just can't believe it. He's already beat it back once. Now he's going to beat it back again. Tim is somebody who many of you know he wants to share. He wants you to be along for the challenge, for the ride. He wants to, he's not going to keep it inside. He's not going to go off in a corner. In fact, to that point, Nancy set up on the website the Caring Bridge connection for all of you. So that basically Nancy could chronicle Tim's fight and victory again over cancer a second time. Tim goes on. The thing that I always find amazing, I think many of you in the room would have noticed this, is other than the moments and the brief periods of time when Tim was actually fighting cancer, you would never know this guy has cancer. When he beat cancer the second time, after the doctors told him that you're going to need a stem cell transplant and you're going to be in the hospital at least 35 days, he was in the hospital for 17 days. And he came back after that and he won the Pennsylvania State Paddle Tennis Championships shortly thereafter, earning him a kind of a superhuman status in the Philadelphia community. I don't know, everybody has their thoughts around their faith, and whether you are devoutly religious, you're atheist, you're agnostic, whatever you are, if you didn't feel something, if you knew Tim at that point, I don't know if you were alive. I mean, in my family, Tim is basically, he's a miracle worker, and he keeps on doing it. And he's an inspiration. So off he goes, he makes a career move, he moves to Prince Racing Zolo, who has also been incredibly supportive through this entire roller coaster. Tim is working hard with AIMSy, he's working hard with DRZ, and a year and a half ago, comes back again. Has to beat it again. 3 times. And you know, I really didn't want to talk about this when I talked to Tim a little bit before I came up to give this, because I didn't know how he'd feel about it, but he was good with it, I think, because one, it just is the context. That is what's happened. Those are the challenges that he's overcome. He has been incredibly productive all the way through his career. He's always deflected the attention off himself and back onto how he can help others. So, one of the people on the board of AIMSy told me, we were chatting about Tim getting this award. He said, Chaz, Tim embodies the spirit of what AIMSy is and what it should be better than anybody else I know. And I don't mean, and I bet that person didn't mean any disrespect to any previous winner. But I would only agree with half of that. Because the other person who embodies that spirit just as much as Tim is his wife, Nancy. If you don't know Nancy, Nancy is a rock. She's one of the strongest people I know. She's also one of the most gregarious people I know. I mean, I'm in an AIMSy gathering like 6 years ago. We're very good friends. And I sit down at a table for breakfast to meet with a few business colleagues. She goes, oh, hi, Chaz Goo. She is loving, she is warm, but she is as strong as the Rock of Gibraltar. And Nancy, half of this is for you. There's no doubt about it. So. I could go on, but I think at this time it would be better to segue to a video, kind of a collage that Nancy put together, which I think speaks to it in pictures.